Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the new series. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Today we are going to discuss the Chinese failing attempts to infiltrate Arunachal Pradesh. Now this is through a third list of renaming places that actually belong to India, showing them in maps as a part of southern Tibet, or what do we say? They know Arunachal Pradesh, they brazenly call Arunachal Pradesh as southern Tibet. So the Chinese government has announced that it would standardize the names of 11 places in Arunachal Pradesh, and this is along with a map that shows Arunachal Pradesh as a part of southern Tibet that they call as Zangnan. The Chinese Ministry of Civil Aviation has even included a town which is very close to the capital of Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar. The 11 places named include 5 mountain peaks and 2 more populated areas, 2 land areas and 2 rivers. This is the psychological attempt apart from the physical attempt that they have done in the past couple of years and months, recent months as well. And this region has always been under the control of the Indian administration. An appended list which has been released by China includes the names in Mandarin, Tibetan and Pinyin, which is the English transliteration of these places, of the 11 places, with the longitude and latitude coordinates along with it. So a map that is also a part of the announcement shows much of Arunachal Pradesh marked as Zangnan in the south of the Tibetan Autonomous Region, the Chinese called Xizang. Then in December 2022, if you remember, we have also made one series in it. We have also made one series on it. Chinese PLA soldiers and Indian Army soldiers had been in a physical scuffle, and PLA soldiers attempted to capture a post in 𝐈𝐀𝐒, which is of the Tamang sector, the northwestern part of Arunachal Pradesh, but had been successfully pushed out of it. Now, the importance of Arunachal Pradesh is a lot from Indian and Chinese both perspective. Strategic significance is that Arunachal Pradesh was erstwhile known as Northeast Frontier Agency until 1972. Then it is the largest state in the northeast and shares international borders with many important countries such as Tibet to the north and northwest, and Bhutan towards the west, and Myanmar towards the east. So it's like a shield, protective shield for all the northeastern states. It's also a gateway. Now it's the Chinese call it southern Tibet, and it is the Tamang sector which specifically has the interest of China. We will talk about that as well. The Bhutan factor is also one of the points from the perspective of China. Bhutan would have Chinese neighbors on its both western and eastern borders if Arunachal Pradesh got into the clutches of the Chinese. Then water power is also one of the factors. See, the Chinese government has control over India's water supply in the northeast region, and there are several dams which have been developed by China which could be used for geostrategic significance. In the times of war, it could be even used to create flood or drought. So in 2000, a dam breach in Tibet caused floods that wreaked havoc in northeast India, and that included missing of many people and deaths of many. So strategic importance of Tamang is specifically here because this could be used for tactical reasons. It provides a strategic entry to China in the northeast India. Also, the Tamang Monastery, which has been actually established by Galden Namgyal Latse. This was according to the wishes of Mirag Lodre Gyamtso in the year 1680-81 to honor the wishes of the 5th Dalai Lama. There are also cultural connections to it, and the Chinese government has political significance. Tamang has a lot of political significance as well. See, by showing that this monastery is in Arunachal Pradesh, which is actually a part of Tibetan Buddhism, the Chinese government says that it is southern Tibet. Now, the Dalai Lama's perspective, you can say, image is very hard and it's very strong in the conscious of the Tibetan Buddhist people. So it wants to change that as well. So from that perspective also, Tamang is very important. See, India needs to be vigilant enough, and it is important that India has of course said that this is just, completely not acceptable. Every country should abide by international laws and should, respect each other's sovereignty. So, and integrity. That is not being done by China. So, India of course won't accept it. India needs to be more vigilant towards what developments are being taken by the Chinese government. Also, India should build its own infrastructure in this area. Dialogues are very important to quickly disengage if any tension arises. Also, both the countries need to abide by the existing agreements and whatever protocols have been undertaken by the Chinese Indian government. Okay. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay updated.